Let's go out there like a bunch of crazy dogs. Have some fun.
Lawrence Taylor is the best football player to ever play in the NFL. And it's because how dominant he was. It's because how he changed games from a position that you're not supposed to change games from. And teams literally had to scheme for one guy as opposed to the entire team. When you look at dominance and when you look at the way the game was played then, Lawrence Taylor impacted the game more than any quarterback in his era. He impacted the game more than any running back. He impacted the game more than any receiver when you played the New York Giants, an 8-time first-team All-Pro playing linebacker. You know how hard that is to be the defensive player of the year 3 times in the NFL? To be a sack leader, over 1,000 tackles, over 100 sacks, and changing the way the game was played. When they implement new rules for you, that means you're a guy that changed literally a thing about the league that they hadn't foreseen. I get it. I understand. Easy to say Tom Brady the GOAT. He's the best quarterback to ever play in the NFL. But this question is player, and that will be Sir Lawrence Taylor.
Say, man,
give me my $1 million.
Say.
He's looking for King, intercepted. He's going to go down the right side. He might go all the way. He's going to go in. I'm done.
In the NFL, nobody admits fear. That is not how this league works. These are the toughest, most physically gifted athletes on the planet. Men who train their entire lives to never show weakness. But something strange happened during Lawrence Taylor's era. Offensive linemen who outweighed him by 60 pounds admitted it. Quarterbacks with Super Bowl rings admitted it. Hall of Fame running backs admitted it. Not respect, not admiration, fear, the same word, from the same kinds of men who built careers on never using it. That alone should tell you everything about what LT actually was. If you are new here, subscribe, because this is exactly the kind of content we do every single week.
Hey, we're a bunch of bad summer. Let's play some ball.
Lawrence, oh wow. I mean, the guy was just such a beast. And in the same way, just so dominant, right? I'm fortunate that we didn't play them a lot. We weren't in the same division.
Right.
You know, so I'm not exactly sure, you know, how that one played out. But my second game in the NFL was in the Meadowlands against the Giants. And again, like I said, we were running run and shoot. And I just remember him coming up at the end of the game and just saying to me, you know, you guys should scrap this run and shoot. You should get a fullback, and you would be unstoppable in this league.
That's what he told you?
And that's what I remember about that particular game, but playing against LT.
Some of these guys got to get their head out of their ass around here.
These moments were never planned. They didn't come from one documentary, one interview, or one carefully produced tribute show. But they came from everywhere. Post-game locker rooms, Hall of Fame podiums, late-night radio shows, sideline conversations caught on old broadcast tape, podcast episodes recorded 20 years after the final whistle. Nobody organized this. Nobody made these men agree. And yet, when you line up what they said, separated by decades, by teams, by rivalries, the same picture keeps forming. The same name, the same emotion behind it. This video simply puts those pieces together. What they reveal is something the highlight reels never fully captured. Understand something first. Fear is not a word that exists in an NFL player's vocabulary. It gets coached out of you before you ever reach the professional level. You are taught from high school through college, all the way to your first training camp, that no opponent is unbeatable. That preparation beats talent. That film study solves problems. That mindset wins games. So when a Hall of Fame offensive lineman sits down for an interview 30 years after retirement and still reaches for that exact word to describe one player, not tough, not dominant, not elite, but feared. Something different happened on those fields. Something no film session could fix and no game plan could fully solve.
Son, I got to do better than this.
His will made him ignore things like pain sometimes. People call it determination, whatever it is, he just had it. And he just would not give in. He was going to make it the way he wanted to make it.
It's my guy, you know, we came together as assistant, and he was a young draft choice and catalytic player, dynamic, easy to coach. That was the great thing about Lawrence. You teach him something, he could take it right with him. Your job when you get a player like that is to let the talent flourish.
He was a great athlete. There was nothing we ever played that he wasn't good at. We played basketball,
He picks up golf, became a 1 or 2 handicap after, he plays about 500 rounds of golf a year or so. But yeah, he was really good at everything, and there was nothing he couldn't do. We go in the stadium once. He goes, I can take this club and hit it out of the stadium. I said, no, you can't. He goes, well, so of course we bet. We bet on everything. And he goes out there and swings, hits the ball. It's going around all the suites. And I'm like, and of course he didn't hit it out. Then he says to me, I'm throwing the ball once. Oh, I can throw it in the second tier. I said, no, you can't. So he throws 2 or 3, and we're, of course, wagering. And it just keeps going, double or nothing. I said, again, I went in, he carried a lot of cash. He takes it and throws it on the ground. Oh, I'm so embarrassed, I'll have to pick it up.
We gotta kick their We're a bunch of bad summer. Let's go.
Nobody had seen anything like him, not at that size, not at that speed, not with that kind of instinct operating at full throttle on every single snap. Lawrence Taylor didn't fit any defensive category coaches had ever worked with before. Defensive ends rushed the passer, linebackers dropped into coverage. LT did both, simultaneously, unpredictably, violently, and did them better than players who specialized in either. And offensive coordinators couldn't double team a position that didn't exist yet. By the time they figured out an answer, he had already moved somewhere else. He didn't just beat blockers, he made entire offensive systems obsolete before the second quarter was over. That is not a great player. That is something the NFL had genuinely never encountered before. Ask any quarterback from that era what kept them up on Saturday nights. Most won't mention the blitzes. They won't mention the coverages or the defensive schemes or the crowd noise. They'll mention knowing Lawrence Taylor was on the other sideline. That specific awareness. Before the snap, before the ball was even snapped, your protection had already shifted toward him. Your release point had already shortened. Your hot read had already changed. Because of one man standing 60 feet away. Teams tried everything. Double teams, chip blocks, running backs staying in to protect instead of running routes, motion, misdirection. It slowed him down occasionally, but on third and long, 2-minute drill, fourth quarter, season hanging by a thread. None of it held. And the truly terrifying part, he knew it wouldn't. He lined up every single snap knowing the outcome before the play started. Most of the time he was right.
LT is a great teammate. Crazy, which when he showed up at practice.
When he showed up,
which he don't like when I say that, but it's true and you know it, LT. This cat would go 100 miles per hour. When he's in there in practice and his reps, and sometimes he takes scout team reps, 100 miles per hour.
Game speed.
And that's one thing I learned from him. In practice was game speed. It wasn't going through the motions. And then in the meetings, I didn't learn nothing from him there because this cat would come in, get a towel, roll it up, and lay on the floor and go to sleep the entire meeting. And then the coaches would, wake him up, turn on the light at the end. Not at the end of the meeting.
They knew better not to wake him up during.
Yes.
Right.
And then we'll go, hey, LT, we put in this blitz and that blitz. Is that okay with you? Like, why the hell you asking him? We all in here awake for the last 2 hours. This cat's sleeping. You got to ask if it's okay. And if it's not, I guarantee you, they would have changed it. Yeah. But he had earned that, man. Right. He had earned the respect of these coaches and of us as players. But he was a great team. Gave you a shirt off his back. Intimidating. He's intimidating. And it took me until recently to not be intimidated when I see LT. And he and I got into a big old argument. Not an argument, but a nice, fun conversation like a year or so ago at a golf tournament. He was like, I should be the career leader in sacks for the Giants, and he's going on and on. I said, well, you're not.
That's simple.
I am. Well, if I didn't miss all them games, I didn't tell you to do the drugs, man. You mad at me for something you did. Right. But yeah, that's my guy, man. I love dude, man.
That's
good
dope.
Dude.
That's dope.
You better hope I never get back in there. I will kick your.
The fear didn't clock out when the final whistle blew. It followed offensive coordinators home. It sat with them through Sunday night, through Monday morning film sessions, through every preparation meeting leading into game week. Entire offensive systems built over years, refined over careers, were dismantled and rebuilt around one question: how do we survive Lawrence Taylor for 60 minutes? Not stop him, survive him, because stopping him was never a realistic conversation. The goal was damage control, keep the quarterback upright, move the ball fast, score enough points before he takes over completely. Most elite defenders force adjustments. LT forced organizations to question everything they believed about how offense was supposed to work. For 13 straight seasons, playoff football exposes everybody. The regular season can hide flaws, mask weaknesses, paper over problems that January will tear wide open. Great players sometimes shrink when the margin for error disappears completely. Lawrence Taylor did the opposite. When the stakes got higher, he got quieter, more focused, more dangerous. 2 Super Bowl championships, dominant performances on the biggest stages professional football has to offer, but the moments players talk about most aren't always the championship games. They're the fourth quarter drives in January where one man single-handedly shut down an entire offensive possession. He never changed his approach when pressure arrived. He didn't need to. What he did on a random October Sunday was already more than enough to end seasons. And in January, it was something else entirely.
Yeah, you played against some stallions, bro, like great defensive players of all time. And we talk about Lawrence Taylor. When you look at his game, what was one of the things that you saw that made him so unique in his game?
His speed, his tenacity, his fearlessness, and intimidation. Man, Lawrence was such a great, dominant player. I mean, you probably will never see a player like him. They try to compare guys to him. There's no comparison. I mean, he was that good.
Freak, phenomenal, just a phenom. He was just greatness personified. I mean, this guy did things that we'd never imagined could be done. I mean, his speed, catching a running back, a quality all-pro running back from the backside, his power, running over 300-pound offensive linemen as if though they were figurines, intimidating quarterbacks to the point where, they wouldn't call signals until they found out where it was 56. He rewrote the entire book, and this guy never let up.
Every debate in NFL history eventually hits a wall. Greatest quarterback, greatest receiver, greatest team. Reasonable people land in different places, but this particular debate, the most feared defender to ever play this game, does not work that way. It narrows fast, and it stops at one place. Lawrence Taylor, 13 seasons, a 132 sacks, 3 Defensive Player of the Year awards, 2 Super Bowl rings, and 1 MVP trophy that a defensive player had absolutely no business winning in a league obsessed with quarterbacks, but won anyway because nobody could make a serious argument against it. The numbers are remarkable, but the numbers are not why he is remembered the way he is remembered. He is remembered because the men who faced him never forgot what it felt like, and they never stopped talking about it. If this video did justice to LT's legacy, hit that like button before you go. Click the screen right now. The next one is already waiting for you.